Hello everyone, thank you for checking out my video today and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. Today we have a really cool video for you here all about the Costa Del Mar Pro Series sunglasses. So we're going to do a whole complete guide of what these Pro Series sunglasses are all about and what the differences are between all of the 7 models that are available right now. So hopefully this video will help you to understand, the differences here and help you to pick and choose which 1, 2, 3, whichever might be right for you, okay? Typically here on my channel we talk all about outdoor apparel. We get into base layers and jackets, pants, some boots, even some backpacks, and more and more into sunglasses. I have a website called Me and My Jackets where we get into all different types of outdoors activities like hiking, trekking, climbing, skiing, snowboarding, camping, fishing, and even sailing, and what to wear when we're out there doing all those activities. So we look at all those different types of apparel. We get into some of the major companies and what they have to offer, and the whole bit. Here on this channel I have well over 300 videos here, a ton of stuff, lots of information. I have everything broken down into different categories in the playlists here. So if you're looking for something specific, you can go to the playlists. Hopefully that'll help you to find them easier. For example, if you're looking for Costa sunglasses, you can go to the playlists, pick the Costa playlist, and bang, there you'll have all my videos. I also have a ton of videos here on Maui Jim sunglasses as well. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate your support with all that. Please check it out, take some time, I really appreciate that. But let's get into this video today because it might get a little bit long. There's a lot to talk about here. Okay, so this is the Pro Series of sunglasses from Costa. What Costa has done is taken 7 of their popular models and have given them some extra features. They all the Pro Series have the same 6 extra features over the standard versions that are going to make these a little more special. And what's really cool about these Pro Series sunglasses, is simply that they come at a minimal cost over the standard versions. So it's really nice because you're getting some really nice extra features here at a very minimal cost. So definitely I think these are going to be very popular. So I want to definitely tell you what these extra features are. All right, so we're going to go into this briefly. I do have separate individual videos on each model here on my channel. So to get into more detail, some more specific information, please check out the individual videos on each one of these models, whichever one you're interested in. I'm trying to keep this more of a broad range, coverage of information here, just comparing these models and not getting too deep because I'd be here for 3 hours. Anyway, so 6 features that you're getting extra on the Pro Series sunglasses. Number 1, we're getting a little bit thicker temple arm here on the sides to help block out extra sunlight. It also gives you a little extra, what they call hooding, a little extension of the frame here, especially around the corners of the sunglasses, again to just help block out a little bit extra light. Now it is minimal, it's not a major thing that's sticking out here over, but there is a little extra ridge that comes over the sides just to help seal out a little bit more sunlight. And it's just a little bit more than you get on the standard version, okay? Next, let's talk, there's a lot of stuff going on here with the temple arms. All right, so not only are they thicker, okay, to block out more light, you have the extra hooding here over the sides, but we have a material on here called Hydrolite. So on the Pro Series, it's a new improved version of the Hydrolite. So basically, Hydrolite is kind of like a rubbery material. I can hold up this silver frame because you can see it much here better. It's going to be the black here on the bottom of the silver frame. It's a rubbery material. It's very durable. And what it does is it helps to stick to your face, all right? Hold the glasses securely on your face when it gets wet. So it's really a neat piece because typically with plastic frames, if your glasses get wet, you know, if you're sweating, if it's gonna rain, the plastic will tend to slip and slide very easily on your face, and your glasses could fall off much easier. This Hydrolite, as it gets wet, it actually sticks more to your skin. So it holds your glasses in place and it helps to keep them from sliding and falling off. Really, really nice. Now that Hydrolite is not only here on the side of the temple arms, it's also here on the pads behind your ears and on the nose pads as well. Now on the temple, your ear tips on the back and on the nose guard, they are grooved just to help hold, you know, on a little bit better, a little bit, you know, more securely. The rest of the frame down the temple arms, it's smooth. It's a smooth material. But again, as it gets wet, it gets stickier and it holds onto your face better. So really, really nice. Also here on the back of the little earpiece is what they call the metal keeper slots. So it's basically a metal insert that has a little hole through it that allows you to put on a retainer. Basically something like this right here, okay? It's a little cable like that you can put on it. It goes, you know, around your neck here. So you can, you know, not have to put your glasses down. Say if you're on a fishing boat, you know, if you put them on a table, you put them on a ledge, you put them whatever, and the boat's moving, they could slide off, they could fall. Here, they're attached to you. Also, if you're wearing your glasses and they should happen to fall, you're not going to lose them in the ocean, all right? Or they're not going to fall on the rocks or on, you know, or wherever, okay? Wherever you are. Nice little option. So what's cool about these little metal keeper slots is basically that with the hole through them, they fit really, really well with this Costa loop retainer. So as you can see here in the pictures behind me how they kind of attach. You basically stick the little loop through the hole in the slot and then thread the cable through it, and then it attaches here. There's a piece that attaches here that you can take them apart. This works really well because a lot of the different retainers for your sunglasses basically have like a little pocket or like a little cup basically on the end that slides over the entire little earpiece, right? And it holds on that way. But this is a much better design here. This loop retainer is really great for these simply because the other ones slide over the earpiece, the tip, and it covers the Hydrolite that's meant to grip and hold on, you know, to the back of your head. So this is really nice because it doesn't cover that Hydrolite and it helps it to hold on to your head a little bit better. So very cool here with the loop retainer, okay? The other options here we're getting on the temple arm is what they call a sweat management system channel. The channel, there is basically a groove molded into the frame here that runs back and then down out the back of the tail piece here. So when you're wearing these and you're sweating or it's raining, the groove here in the sides can actually help to capture some of that water and channel it back just to behind your ears, and it comes out back behind your ears rather than dripping down the side of your face. So another very cool feature here. So you also get what they call eye wire drains. So on the bottom here of the frame, under the bottom of the lens, the actual frame is molded down on an angle. So that helps to keep any kind of water, rain, sweat, whatever, from dripping down the inside of the lens and pooling up on the bottom of the frame. It's angled down, so any water that gets down there simply falls right down off the bottom of the lens. A really, really nice feature. And finally, I think the best feature of all is the adjustable little nose pads. This is very cool. So they have the ability to move, out or, across your nose as tight as on your bridge of your nose as you wish. So you can really adjust the fit so that it's really comfortable for the size of your nose. So that's very cool. They're not only adjustable right or left, they're adjustable in and out as well. So that is very cool, because if you want to wear your sunglasses up tighter, closer to your face, perhaps it's a really bright sunny day, you want to block out more of that light from getting inside, you can wear those glasses closer. If it's really windy, you might want to wear your glasses closer to your face to help block some of that wind, from getting into your eyes and all that. But it might be a really hot day where you're sweating a lot, and you might want to pull the glasses out off of your face a little bit. Just that little bit. Just to give it a little more breathability, a little more airflow inside and around your glasses. So to have that ability to bring your glasses, in and out off your face, and to adjust the bridge according to the size of your nose so that it's all really comfortable. It's really nice customization here for your face and your fit. Really awesome option. And the nose pads are also vented. There's two little holes on each side that allow some airflow into the lens to help reduce a little bit of fogging. So it's nothing major, but it is certainly more than what you're going to get just about anywhere else. All right, it's there. It's a really nice little extra feature there, so it certainly can help. Okay, so those are the 6 features that make these the Pro Series, okay, that are not found in the standard versions of these glasses. Now, all of these Pro Series glasses all use glass lenses. So Costa has basically 2 options in their sunglass line of lenses. One is the glass lens, the other is a polycarbonate lens. Now the polycarbonate lens is basically a plastic lens. It's a lot lighter, it's cheaper, but it is also more prone to scratches, okay? It's not quite as durable. The glass lenses are going to be a little bit more durable. They're going to be more scratch resistant. They're going to give you a little better clarity, and they're going to come at a little higher cost and a little more weight. However, the glass lenses from Costa seem to be very much preferred over the polycarbonate. Now let me say this, I do own several pairs of Costa lenses that are polycarbonate, and I don't notice a difference in clarity at all. They're a very cool, very nice pair of sunglasses. In real world use, you can't really tell a difference in clarity between the glass and the polycarbonate. At least I don't think so. Like I said, I have both. I put them on. I wear them all the time. I really can't say I wear, the glass lenses, take them off and put on a polycarbonate pair of sunglasses and say, oh, this is not as good. No, you can't tell in real world use. They're all really great. However, let me say this, the glass lenses from Costa seem to be very much more popular than the polycarbonate. People really love the glass lenses. That's why all of the Pro Series glasses are only available in glass lenses, okay? Now, I'm going to be doing a whole nother video here shortly, specifically all about the different lenses, the different colors, what you see through them, and all kinds of information about the lenses. So hopefully I'll be able to do that pretty soon. But for right now, just know that they're all the glass lenses. They all have 100% UV protection. They all have polarization on them that is amazing. And all of these sunglasses are really, really great at enhancing colors and contrast. So amazing views through all of these glasses, especially if you're sport fishing, you're out on the water, the polarization is amazing to reduce the glare on the surface of the water and to allow you to see through the water clearer and see your fish and structures underwater more clearly. So very, very cool for that use. For typical everyday use, perhaps you're driving, maybe you're in the city and it's bright sunlight, and the sunlight there's a lot of reflection off of the glass buildings, off of windows, off of other cars, what have you. The polarization really helps to reduce all that, and it doesn't eliminate it, but it makes that glare, that harsh glare, much more what's the word? Acceptable, comfortable, let me say. It's still there, but it's not going to be as harsh on your eyes, not as glaring on your eyes. So it helps to make your entire view of the world more comfortable, more relaxing. It's going to reduce, headaches and eye strain. If you're out on the beach, bright sunlight, white sand, just to help reduce all that stress on your eyes. These sunglasses are amazing. Okay, so let's get into what we have here. Let's look at all the different models that I have here, and we're going to compare them and tell you some of the differences, and we'll dive in here a little bit more. Now, keep in mind that here on my channel, I have individual videos on each one of these different models. So for more detailed information, for more close-up pictures, from just a better explanation of each individual model, check out those separate videos. Here I'm just kind of group all things together and just tell you differences about them. Okay, so first here we have the Whitetip Pro. This has a matte gray frame with a gray lens. Next to it we have the Blackfin Pro. This has the tortoise frame with the green mirror lens. Now let me just say this real quick. I have a real hard time showing the green mirror lens here on video. It doesn't seem to come out very well. Even when I have just the pictures of the glasses, I take pictures, it looks more blue with a little green in the middle. Perhaps even here in the video I have trouble because I use a green screen and the color green is keyed out, so you probably don't see the green here very well, but trust me, it is a vibrant green mirror on the front of these glasses. Next we have the Fantail Pro. This is a matte black frame with a blue mirror lens on it. Then we have the Corbina Pro, which has a very cool silver frame and the copper silver mirror lens. Then the Jose Pro. This is the matte black frame, which is very cool because it has actually the gray hydrolite in it, a light gray hydrolite in it, so it looks pretty cool. And this is the Sunrise Silver lens in here. Then we have the Tuna Alley Pro. This is the matte black frame with the gold mirror on the front, a very cool mirror there as well. And finally, the Reefton Pro with the matte black frame and the rose lens. Okay, so let's get into the measurements of all these glasses. Up top here in the back, I have the whole listing here with all the measurements on them, but we'll go over each one of these now. The Whitetip Pro, here is a matte gray frame with a gray lens. The lenses here on the front are 57 millimeters wide, 38.2 millimeters tall from top to bottom. They have an 18 millimeter nose bridge, 136 millimeter temple arm length. They weigh 38 grams. They overall have a medium-sized fit. And all of these glasses all have a base curve of 8. Okay, so definitely all a wrap style pair of, of sunglasses that kind of wrap around your face nicely. So they all have a base curve of 8. Okay, next we have the Blackfin Pro here. This has a tortoise frame. It has the green mirrored lens on the front. The lenses here are 60 millimeters across. It is 41.8 millimeters in height, top to bottom. 16 millimeter nose bridge, 121 millimeters temple arm. They weigh 45 grams, and they have an overall sizing of a large. Okay. The Fantail Pro is very similar to the Blackfin Pro. This here we have the matte black frame, the blue mirrored lens, and the lenses here are 60 millimeters across, just like the Blackfin Pro, 41.8 millimeters top to bottom, just like the Blackfin Pro. This one here has a 15 millimeter nose bridge, where the Blackfin has the 16 millimeter nose bridge. 120 millimeters in the temple arm. It's 43 grams, and it has a overall sizing of a large. Okay, so the Fantail and the Blackfin are very, very similar. Exactly the same as far as the size of the lenses, but the Blackfin has a 16 millimeter nose bridge. This one has a 15 millimeter nose bridge. However, the Fantail's nose bridge, even though it's a little, just 1 millimeter smaller at the very top, it expands out wider than the Blackfin does. So if you have a wider nose, this one may fit you a little bit better than the Blackfin. Okay, so the Fantail is definitely very cool. Yeah, and the Blackfin is going to weigh 2 grams more than the Fantail, and that's basically because it's going to have more of a wider temple arm here. Next we have the Corbina Pro. This one here has a silver frame and a copper silver mirror lens. It's a very cool combination here. The lenses here are 61 millimeters across, 37.4 millimeters tall. It has an 18 millimeter nose bridge, 125 millimeter temple arm. It's 45 grams, and this has an overall fit of an extra large. Okay. The Jose Pro, I have the matte black frame, which is actually very cool on this particular model because the hydrolite on here, rather than being black, is a very light gray. So it really contrasts very nice here on this frame. So the lenses here, this is the Sunrise Silver mirrored lens, very cool. The lens here is 62 millimeters across, 40.7 millimeters height. It has a 16 millimeter nose bridge, 128 millimeter temple arm. These weigh 44 grams and they come in at a large sizing. Next is the Tuna Alley Pro. The Tuna Alley here is a matte black frame with the gold mirror on the front, a very cool mirror. The lenses here are 60.3 millimeters across, 42.3 millimeters height, 16 millimeter nose bridge, 123 millimeters temple arm length. They weigh 43 grams and they are a size large. Finally, the Reefed-In Pro matte black frame with the rose lens. These lenses here are 62.9 millimeters across, 44.9 millimeters in height. They have a 15 millimeter nose bridge, 120 millimeter temple arm. They weigh 47 grams and they are a extra large sizing. Okay, so very cool stuff here. All right, so let's break down. I broke down a little bit how the Fantail and the Fantail and the Blackfin Pro are very similar in sizing. The Whitetip Pro is going to be the smallest. This is a medium sizing. It's not that much smaller than any of the others, but it is slightly. It does have a little smaller fit across the front here. So if we look at frame width, all of these as far as frame width, the Whitetip is the smallest. It's a medium fit. The Fantail and Blackfin, Jose and Tuna Alley are a large fit, and the Corbina Pro and the Reefed-In Pro are an extra large fit. Okay, so it simply means that the lens frame from end to end is a little bit bigger. Also, let's look at the lens height, the height of the lenses, okay? The Corbina Pro is going to give you the narrowest, sleekest, lens frame here. Look. From there we go up to the Whitetip Pro, then the Jose Pro, then the Fantail and Blacktip Pro. The Tuna Alley is then a little bit larger, and the Reefed-In Pro is the largest. So let me just spend a minute here on these Reefed-In Pros. All the others are very similar in look, okay? They all are that classic rectangular lens wrap style that comes around your face. The Reefed-In Pro is a much larger lens, top to bottom, and a little larger even left to right. It's almost just a different style frame. Yes, it is a wrap style, as it has a base curve of 8, just like all the rest of them. But it just has more of like what I call like a classic style look of a frame in sunglasses. It's a squarer, boxier frame, where the rest of these are more rectangular, sleek, and narrow. Very similar to Costa's other popular sunglasses called the Rincones, the Rinconcito. This one here is the Reefed-In. Yeah, it's a larger, just a little bit, in my opinion, a different look than the rest of them. A larger, boxier, square pair of sunglasses. Not a bad thing. Very cool, right? It's just a different style to me. So If you like those larger, type classic style sunglasses, something, like this is probably going to be a better option for you. If you like, the really slick, narrow wrap style sunglasses, the Corbinas, all the rest of these are going to give you that look. Even the black fins here, all right? Very cool. But just a little bit different styling, in my opinion, with the reef fins compared to everything else. Now, the other difference between a lot of these glasses, let me just tell you what stands out here. The temple arms, okay, on some of them, like the Whitetip Pro, is very thin and narrow. It does give you a little bit more protection here right up near the hinge. But right after the hinge, it tapers up and it becomes very narrow the rest of the way down. Definitely, these give you the least amount of coverage on the sides when it comes to blocking out sunlight. The Blackfin Pro gives you the most coverage. These are going to be the thickest overall. They're really, going to block out a lot of extra light from the sides. The Blackfin Pro and the Corbina Pro give you the most coverage on the sides. The others, right, the Fantail, the Jose Pro, the Tuna Alley, and the Reeftons are very similar, with the coverage on the sides. So let's say that the Jose, the Reefton, the Tuna Alley, and the Fantail are going to give you a nice amount of coverage on the sides. The Corbinas and the Blackfins are going to give you the most coverage. The Whitetips will give you the least amount of coverage on the sides. Okay, so you can see there's still some coverage there, but certainly not as much as the others. Okay, so that's a difference. Now, as far as some features go here, the Whitetip Pros have a little bit of venting here in the frames in the front on both sides. It allows a little bit of extra air in through the glasses and back behind the glasses. The Whitetips have that, and the Tuna Alleys have a little bit of venting here in the front on the sides as well. It's, to me, in my opinion, it's more cosmetic, right? It's more of a appearance, what they, design styling, than it is functional. I don't think it's actually funneling a lot more air inside the glasses, because they literally pull air in here and vent it right out there. I mean, it just comes in and out right there. But it looks cool. It's a little extra feature in the frame, on both of these, the Whitetip and the Tuna Alley, that adds just a little extra design and styling in them. That's kind of cool, right? And to add some more venting into a frame is never a bad thing. So, very cool on there. Now, I am going to be doing a whole nother video here shortly on all the different lenses, all the different colored lenses, what you see through them. That's certainly going to be a really interesting video. That's going to be really cool. But otherwise, when choosing between all these glasses, I guess, that the major issue is going to be, for me, the color of the frame and the color of the lens. All right. Now, most of these models are available in several different frame colors and lens color combinations. So it's very cool to choose from that. So again, go by the sizing, right? If you want something a little bit smaller, a medium size fit, if you have a thinner, narrower head, the Whitetip Pro will be your best choice. If you want something extra large, if you have a larger, wider head, Your reefed-in Pros and your Corbina Pros are going to give you the widest fit. And, you know, the black fins, the Jose, the fantails, and the Tuna Alley are kind of that middle range. Now, I got to tell you, all these glasses fit me well, very good. Like, I don't have a problem with any of these glasses. So the difference between the medium and the large and the extra large is minimum. Okay, it's really not huge, but that little bit can, you know, make a difference, especially if you have a very narrow or a smaller head, or a very, you know, a wider, extra large size head. Average head, you can fit any of these, all right? So I would say it really basically comes down to, you know, what color frame do you like? What color mirrors do you like with them? The Fantail Pro, the Blackfin Pro are very similar. The Blackfin is just slightly larger in the frame, just, you know, a millimeter or two larger. Like I said, the Fantail Pro has a nice wide nose bridge here. Reefed-in Pro is going to give you the largest frame, the largest lenses. Very cool stuff. Overall, the Pro Series absolutely are worth the extra few dollars over the standard glasses, and they are extremely awesome. Now, you also, you know, get the same case with every one of these glasses. It's a nice, hard, durable case with a zipper here on it. The zippers seem to function very well. I do have one case where the zipper kind of sticks a little bit now and then, but otherwise they're a very smooth operating zipper. They have a nice rubber Costa pull here on them. And inside the case, you get a nice cleaning cloth with it as well. So really neat. Now, all of these lenses here on all of these glasses all come with a couple coatings on them. They have a hydrophobic coating on the front, which helps to repel water. They also have an oleophobic coating on the front, which helps to repel dirt, dust, you know, grease, grime. And basically those two coatings with your cleaning cloth allow your glasses to be cleaned off much easier. So it's easier to clean them, you know, keep them nice and fresh and a nice clear view through them with those coatings that help to wipe off easy. They also have an anti-reflective coating on the inside of the lens, which is neat because I have had some cheaper sunglasses in the past that didn't have that reflective coating on them, and in bright sunlight I see a reflection inside there of my cheeks inside the lens, which can be kind of annoying. It's very distracting actually. So with these glasses you won't have that either. So very cool stuff here. All right, I hope this kind of gave you some good information about all these glasses. These are all very popular models, and you know, they're some of their best selling frames. So to put these Pro Series options into them is really awesome, and especially to offer them at just a little bit higher price tag is really nice. So it's not, you know, like the original black fins, the standard model, you know, cost you $200 less than the Pro Series. Actually, the Pro Series cost $12 more than the standard glasses. So absolutely well worth the extra features that you get in the Pro Series glasses, okay? So I think, you know, I'm going to wrap it up here. And like I said, if you want more detailed information on any of these individual pairs of glasses, I do have separate videos. I just kind of wanted to overall compare some of the differences, the sizes, and all that here in the video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the little thumbs up. subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee page. You know, every little bit helps. I try to give a bunch of extra features on there that, you know, I don't provide on my standard YouTube channel. And very cool stuff. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helped you out. You can check out all my other videos here on Costa stuff, and as well as Maui Jim sunglasses. If you're into that as well, I have a ton of Maui Jim stuff here for you as well. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your day. We'll see you back soon. Bye.